exams, despite knowing that it's wrong under cognitive dissonance theory. Communication refers to the sharing of data, information, and thoughts among each other. Communication theory refers to the body of theories that constitute of our understanding about the communication process. Cognitive dissonance is a theory of psychology that translates into thoughts conflicts to explain how people reduce their psychological discomfort by achieving emotional equilibrium when they are faced with inconsistent beliefs and behaviors. The situation under cognitive dissonance theory is that students cheat in exams despite knowing that it is wrong. Cheating culture teaches the students that it is okay to cheat in exams because it subconsciously calms their anxiousness when they are doing their exams.
The cognitive dissonance theory has stable for more than half century in social psychology. The basic principle is that the theory of dissonance is well known and simple. In 1957, when the late Leon Festinger is the original person from his interest, people's susceptibility, including pressure of groups. There are two factors that can affect the strength of the dissonance, which is content attached each belief and the number of dissonant beliefs. A state in situation that he or she need to choose between two options, which belief and action. So cognitive dissonance also can make people change their belief, action, and the last one, action perception.
There are four assumptions of cognitive dissonance. Firstly, humans always desire consistency and reliability. However, some of them fail to do it so. Therefore, it leads to social issues. For instance, cheating in exam among students. If students know about the consequence such as disciplinary action and expel from the educational institution, they still do it so. Only psychological inconsistency happens among humans. To arouse the cognitive dissonance, students start to cheat in examination because of self-stress that comes from friends, family, and other sources. Therefore, the level of psychological inconsistency increases that make even worse when causing a student to feel stress, upset, and depression. Therefore, the students refuse to think about the immoral activities such as cheating in examination when their psychological inconsistency. Thirdly, dishonest known as measurable people action. The habit of cheating in examination among students is known as the habit that can be measurable effect. These elements give relaxation for some time, control their moods not permanently but temporarily.
How the theory can be used to handle current problems. Cognitive dissonance can be referred as the clashing between what you believe with your behavior and action. To students, like imitating or cheating in exam in order to get good result can be one of the examples of cognitive dissonance. This is because all of students for sure knows that cheating in exam are strictly wrong, but they still tend to do it. It is clear shows that their belief and are clashing with their behavior and action. In order to reduce cognitive dissonance, there are a few ways, such as we can change one or more attitude, behavior, and abilities to make the relationship between two elements consonant. And we can also find new information to in on conflicting belief.
The first critique is that the theory lacks plausibility, where there is no way to prove that the theory is wrong. Every time a subject is being tested, the result shows up as a cognition of them knowing that they are being tested. The second critique is that there is no specific reliable method to measure the degree of dissonance of a subject. Festinger has never provided a reliable way to measure the degree of dissonance of a subject. The next critique is that inability to distinguish a precise mechanism to physically observe or objectively measure degree of dissonance. Next critique is that lack of dissonance reduction methods and too complicated and self-perception theory without individual differences being taken into account. As a conclusion, cognitive dissonance refers to the situation when someone is facing contradictory beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors. It explains the distress encountered by a person who simultaneously has multiple conflicting cognitions that are contradictory. Students experience cognitive dissonance when cheating culture teaches them that cheating is reasonable,